Well, hello all you wonderful people out there in YouTube land, and welcome to the Texas Special YouTube channel. And for this week's HO scale product review, we are going to be taking a look at this Walthers Detroit, Toledo, and Ironton Cushion Coil Car. Now I picked this up for I want to say 15 bucks at Papa Ben's Train Place in Houston, Texas. This was not a train show purchase. This was actually going in the store and picking it up at the store. So, this was originally shipped from the factory as a kit. Now, this has been assembled. I don't do IKEA trains. So, take from that what you will. You lift the lid off the box, set the lid off to the side, and there it is in the box. So, we will take this guy out and set it on the track. Eventually get it on the track. Good night. Why is everything so much harder when you're trying to do it on camera versus just doing it like regular? I'll never understand that. There. Also included are the coil covers, which sit on the car, and you also have the little braces that help secure the coils in place in the little trays, which we'll take a look at here in a moment. So these cars, obviously, if you rail fan, you know that these types of cars are still in use today. They are used to ship rolled sheet metal coils. This is a pretty nice little car. This is an early 2000s era car. It does have the KD magnetic knuckle couplers. I'm not sure if that is stock from the factory or modeler installed after the fact. All of the lettering on this car is very nicely done. The decals are very nicely applied. The car body itself is molded in this yellow plastic that you see here, and the coil covers are molded in that dark blue plastic that you see. You have cast on grab irons here, here, and here on each corner of the car. You can see here the brake valve on the underside of the car on the edge, and you have these separately applied cover lifts, as well as a separately applied metal grab iron all the way along the sides of the coil covers. The walkway around the car is a separate piece from the main body of the car, and it has the non-slip grate type texture, but it is a one-piece plastic casting. Now the stirrup steps in the corner of the cars are a little overly thick, but you know, I've seen worse. I've seen much worse, so it's still a nicely done car. We will take the coil covers off so that you can get a look at the interior of the car when we get to it. Here on the underside you see actually some nice detailing. Let me zoom in a little bit. So you have here these oversized coupler boxes, which are meant to model and simulate the cushion drawbars. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what a cushion drawbar is, those are drawbars that have extra slack built into them so that they are able to better cushion the buff and draft forces felt throughout a train to prevent a load from shifting. And they're used on auto racks, box cars that haul more sensitive, that are meant for more sensitive lading. Flat cars, auto racks, coil cars, as you can see here, and several different types. Auto racks are a big one, and they help kind of cancel out the buff and draft forces that are felt when a train starts and stops, or is even just going down the rail. You have these are metal free rolling wheels. You have air brake lines, air brake rigging. You have the brake piston here, the brake valve, as I previously mentioned, and the emergency and service reservoir. Looking at the top of the car, you see there is this nice wood decking, and these little braces I was talking about, they just literally sit in the car like such, just to help keep the coils from shifting around. You've got bolt detailing on the ends of each of these planks, and the real coil cars, they do have wooden planking. It's to help kind of more gently brace the steel coils when they're sitting in the car, rather than sliding around and getting scratched up on steel decking. So that helps prevent damage. On the B end of this car, you have the handbrake here. You have the cast-on grab irons, which are kind of molded a little bit too far out away from the car to my eye, but the general execution is about right. You have this little L bracket here. That's actually for the coupler cut lever, which there is not one on either end of this car. Looking at the coil covers themselves, you can see they're rather plain. There's not a whole lot of detail on them. They do have cast-on grab irons or handrails, whatever you wish to call them, around the outside ends of the covers. But that's really the only detailing, and there's no detailing on the inside, which the real things, there's not really much cause for anything to be inside of them as well. I do have a test train assembled here on the Stars Hollow Railroad. We're going to load these covers on to the coil car. Now this thing should, oh look at that, sprung roller bearing trucks. I forgot to mention that. They have the appropriate 100-ton roller bearing type trucks. Obviously, given the vintage of this car, the roller bearing caps don't rotate, but they still look good overall. We're going to couple this thing up to the rest of the train that I have assembled here in the siding, and then we're going to send this guy around the Stars Hollow Railroad to see how it handles the 18-inch radius curves. Now I have 60-foot freight cars with cushion drawbars that handle these curves very well. I mean, they're not happy about it, but they take it. So I'm expecting this to go around the railroad with little to no problems whatsoever.